What's up, guys? It's been a while since I've done some content on Dragon Ball FighterZ, and so I got something real interesting for you guys today. As you know, the new patch just dropped a few days ago, and it's kind of my duty to give you guys the lowdown on what's going on with Android 21, kind of a character specialist, if you will. And so today we're going to be talking about a new super that she received in the patch called Impending Doom. Impending Doom is a little bit of a rule breaker whenever we talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ. It hits the entire screen, it's unblockable, it goes through Reflect, and it's very, very invulnerable. The catch? Well, she has to have all 4 of her steals, she has to spend 3 bars, and it also takes 224 frames to activate, nearly 4 seconds. It can deal up to 4,821 damage depending on how close you are to her when it hits. The closer you are to her, the more damage it does. And so, since it's such a unique move and we've never had anything like this in the game before, people are going out and trying to find ways to make it consistent in gameplay, trying to find setups to where, checkmate your opponent and they have to eat this super, which is a ton of damage. And so the most common strategy that I've been seeing is to combo into a C assist that takes a really, really long time and activate the super right after you press the assist. And so you can get as much advantage and try to create as much distance between you and your opponent as possible. And so it has some universal answers, like every character can Dragon Rush you if you get there in time, but depending on the C assist and depending on the distance, you might not actually be able to get there in time to Dragon Rush them. And so one thing that hasn't really been explored yet, and what I'm going over in this video, is what specific answers could characters have to this, because there's some really interesting stuff that isn't really being talked about. It is still very new, people haven't done all the exploring yet, and I was, it involves 21, so I was like, let's find out what characters can do about this move. And so that's kind of what this video is covering, is specific answers to Impending Doom if someone is using the C assist setup and you want to stop them from destroying you. And so moves that are answers tend to fall into 2 categories. Either it's a grab before the activation, or it's an invulnerable move after the activation. If it seems like an answer, it will be marked with green text and an OK sticker. And if it doesn't seem like it's an answer, it's going to have red text and a crying Vegeta sticker. If you see one move that seems to not work, so for example, if I put a move that doesn't work and that's the only thing you see for that character, that means I didn't find anything that seems like it's a consistent answer to Danger Time, at least specific. Of course, like I said, you can Dragon Rush on every character if you get there in time. However, every character in the game can use some type of invulnerability to reduce the damage taken. And so if you're in a situation where you can't actually get there in time, there are characters that every single character can use some type of invul move to reduce the damage, so you don't take the max amount. That being said, it can be costly, of course. And so one thing you want to keep in mind is that the amount of time that you have to answer is going to change depending on the assist that your opponent is using, their assist call timing, and also the screen positioning as well. Did they get as far away as possible? Did you end up closing? And your tech choice as well. So for a lot of characters, they have answers, but you have to tech in place in order to get there in time. Or tech in place and then dash, right? Or tech in place and do whatever. And so do keep that in mind as you're looking at some of the answers. And because of the nature of this, that means some of the things that I show in this video are going to seem like they don't work, but they may work if your opponent was a little bit slow on their assist call timing or messed up the setup in some way, because not everyone's going to be frame perfect all the time, or conversely, some things that seem like they're gonna work may not work depending on if you miss the certain tech. If you miss a tech in place and you end up back teching, well, suddenly the answer does not really become viable anymore. So do keep that in mind. This is really just for general information's sake. I'd love for people to take it and do even more discovering and fleshing out of this, but I just wanted to give this as a baseline, because I think it's interesting. And yeah, and so that's it. Take a look. I have time stamped every character, so if you want to skip around or whatever, you can do that. Let me know how good your team is at dealing with impending doom, because some of you guys I'm sure are running teams that you know, turns out like they don't really have to worry about this at all, and some of you might be royally screwed if someone goes for a setup like this. You might have no characters that can get through it reliably without taking a bunch of damage. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check me out on Twitch as well. I stream every day on twitch.tv/Khalil_. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, later.